night before bed, David would get down on his knees and pray. He'd ask God to bless his family, his friends, his enemies. He'd ask God for guidance, for help, for strength. She'd tell him stories of their ancestors who, when faced with famine, pestilence, or war, called out to God and were saved. He knew that God was good, that he was kind, that he forgave. He knew that because the words were in the book, in the old, worn Bible that sat on a shelf beside his bed, a relic from a time when people still believed in things. But it was too late. It was here now, in his room, in his house, in his life, and there was nowhere left for him to run. And the thing beneath the bed slithered closer and closer until its fetid breath was hot on his neck, and he felt its hot, wet tongue lick his ear. And then he was still, and then he was gone. He was trapped, and he knew it. Subscribe for more spiritual horror stories, biblical mysteries, and chilling theological paradoxes. But somewhere between the Our Father and the For Thine is the Kingdom, his prayers would grow stale, empty. He'd say the words, but they weren't his, and turned away. It slithered out from beneath the bed, silent as death, and followed him into the night. Sometimes it would take the form of a dog, a big, ugly dog with matted fur and eyes like hot coals. And sometimes it would stand at the foot of his bed at night and whine, a sound like nails on a chalkboard, and he would wake up screaming. They were his fathers, his grandfathers, a ritual passed down for generations, and he knew there was something beneath the bed listening, something that stirred at the sound of his voice, something that watched him from the darkness between the floorboards as he slept. Sometimes, when no one was looking, he'd catch a glimpse of it, a fleeting shadow in the corner of his eye, something gaunt and horrible, all teeth and sinew, like a dog, only not quite. For him, prayer was a habit, a rote recitation of words that had lost all meaning long ago. He was a husk, a shell of the man that he once was, and all the while something stirred beneath the bed. It was always there beneath the bed, and it waited patiently while David spoke to his God. He never stopped praying, not completely. He couldn't. His mother had made sure of that, but David didn't believe anymore. Not really, not in the way that people used to. And when David was done, when he whispered amen, he tried to fight it, tried to kill it, tried to banish it back to the netherworld from which it came. And finally, one night, as he lay there in the dark, he whispered, "I'm sorry," and something beneath the bedside, a sound like 1,000 tombs opening all at once, and it was pleased, based on 2 Timothy 3-5, having a form of godliness, but denying its power. This is an analog biblical horror short from Whispers from Eden, where scripture meets shadow.